Live from San Antonio, Texas. This is In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
Oh, yeah, we're back, man.
It's the gosh damn deal.
It is a gosh damn deal. I used to not use the Lord's name in vain.
I said gosh.
I know you did.
On purpose.
But I don't anymore. There for a while, I decided to stop using the term GD.
Yeah, you should.
But it's come back into my vernacular over the years.
Why?
I don't know. Gotten more heathen, maybe more pagan.
Are you a heathen? You have heathen moments. I have heathen moments.
Yeah.
I'm no longer a heathen, but I have heathen moments.
I have heathen thoughts. I don't act out on any of them.
You are not an emotional reactor. I am. I wear my heart on. That's a cancer trait that I got to fix.
Really?
Like, yeah, if you piss me off, I'm going for the jugular. I'm trying to, like, hurt your feelings.
Oh.
Like, I got issues with that. That's some things I need therapy and work on.
I've not experienced that in my dealings with you these 3 weeks. Maybe that'll happen one day.
One day I'll say something off-brand to you, and then 30 minutes later I'll call you.
Oh.
My bad.
Oh. I've had buddies over the years where
Like, if you piss me off, if we get to that point, yeah, I go nuclear. Not violent, but
dude,
words.
I highly doubt that I'm ever going to piss you off to that point.
Well, you piss off LG quite a bit.
Well, he's quit smoking and drinking. So
Are
he's
you going to
turned
keep
into a
blaming
dick.
it on his THC?
Absolutely.
Lack of THC?
It's part of it, yeah. Part of it is.
But he's been sober for like 2 months.
He still hacks every morning when I get here. He's like, he's still coughing up phlegm.
He needs some
and
black
shit.
seed oil.
I'm proud of him. He's
I gotta
trying to
clear.
get right.
My lungs are healing.
Straight edge people are weird. You cannot have no vices. I don't want to hang out with anybody that doesn't have one vice.
I drink shit ton of coffee.
That's not a vice. Although, be careful
Caffeine is a
drinking too
vice.
much coffee.
Caffeine's a vice.
If you drink too much, it could have negative effects. Coffee's good for you in moderation, like most things are. But when you overdrink coffee, it stops up your dookie.
Didn't know that.
It has it's a diuretic naturally, but it has an anti-effect, the opposite effect.
Once it's too much.
If you take too much of it.
Gotcha.
Right. But he quit smoking, he quit drinking, and he's been a little ornery. There's pressure because we started this new show. We have this new little business.
I think he's going to have a couple drinks Sunday.
And I'm technically
if he
challenged.
goes.
And-
Yeah, I didn't quit drinking.
No. And
I just stopped drinking
He's
all
gonna
the time.
drink with us
Right,
tomorrow.
all the time.
We're drinking tomorrow.
Yeah, I am technically challenged. We're going to be in a bar at 5 o'clock. Are you going?
Possibly.
Okay. You'll probably wind up. Although I've seen him go to bars and hang out for 4 or 5 hours and not drink. He's got water with a piece of lemon, so people think he's got vodka.
It's Topo Chico and lime, to be exact.
Okay, whatever.
So people think it's like a vodka
Yeah,
tonic.
I just don't trust perfect people. You ever know like a perfect person and you're like, ugh, I don't want to hang out with you.
I'm very far from perfect.
Right, not you. You're this straight edge thing that's what's led to you being ornery. But I've known people in my life that were like, they just had no flaws. Their shirt never had a wrinkle. They didn't smoke. They didn't do drugs. They didn't drink. It was weird.
Yeah.
Weird, I say.
No, there's no such thing as perfect.
Right, but the person that puts that out, I think that's the guy that has pent-up rage. Mm-hmm. That's the guy that's got bodies buried in his yard. I once asked David Robinson if he had a body buried in his yard. Thank God he took it humorously, as I meant it to be.
Dave's as close to perfect as you can get.
Well, then he got divorced, and I'm like, yay. I'm so glad David Robinson got a
What do
divorce.
you mean, yay?
Because it humanized him for me.
He
was
still
this
be perfect,
legend.
and maybe she was the problem. He could still be perfect.
Maybe he was too perfect. She couldn't take it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to bag on David Robinson.
No,
but
you can't.
I told him, I said, guys like you that have no flaws and are perfect, I don't trust you.
Where
and
were
he
y'all
thought, he
that
was
had-
thought it was funny.
Where were y'all when y'all had this conversation?
Army, Navy lead up, I think. David was an honorary captain one year. It was years ago. And I had him on talk about Army, Navy game. I'm like, dude, okay, for real.
He had a good sense of, he had a good sense of humor about it.
No bullshit, Dave. You got a body in your yard, right? Because guys that are perfect like you
can't play piano and be a genius.
Yeah, Navy man, hero, 7 feet tall, jumps 45 feet in the air.
Perfect body chiseled out of stone.
Never curses. Doesn't smoke. Doesn't drink. As straight edge as you can possibly get.
Dave doesn't drink?
I don't think so.
Or you just assume that?
I'm assuming that. He's very religious. He's a very conservative dude. And I'm just assuming it is not quaff in that way that most of us do in bars and places. But then he got divorced. I'm like, oh, okay, he's a human. I don't trust perfect people.
Yeah, I got you. I feel you on that.
Yeah, and maybe it says something about me. I'm more comfortable with people that are a little edgy.
No.
People that have weaknesses and flaws. Now, I don't want to put up with emotionally flawed people, but like people that have vices, that smoke too much, drink a little bit too much. I don't
So
know.
you don't like me?
Oh, I love you.
I'm kidding.
You've got flaws for sure.
I'm super flawed.
Although I've not seen this rage that you speak of when you get
Not
mad.
rage, but I will. I if you make me mad, I do try to hurt your feelings,
Interesting.
which is not cool.
I've had buddies that they just wanted to argue all day long with everybody. Like people that love the argument, people that
Yeah.
love watching Skip Bayless. They love that kind of television. They love that kind of. A lot of people that like that are like that in their life.
Mm-hmm.
They spend all day debating, doubting, calling things out, trying to one-up people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had friends where I'm like, dude, you're going to affect our friendship because of your need to win an argument about Dak Prescott.
I
Yeah.
call those people social vampires because they just drain all the life
It's
out of
draining.
you.
It's draining.
Yeah. It's like if your point you have such a hard on to be right and get your points out and not hear any other points or try
Yeah,
to
I
at
can't
least
do that.
look at my point of view and think about it. You want to win so badly, you're willing to fuck up our friendship over it and taint our thing. That's stupid.
And listening to respond instead of listening to understand. People that listen to respond and not actually listen to what I'm saying, you're just waiting for me to stop talking
Mm-hmm.
and just jump back in. I can't deal with people that listen to respond. Listen to understand where I'm coming from. There's
Right.
a difference.
Yes.
Huge difference.
Correct. Good talk shows know how to do that. We can come in here with notes and have a plan, but then once you and I get going, I
Right.
don't look at that anymore.
No.
And I'm not sitting here, okay, let me wait for Rudy to stop talking so I can get to point
Yeah.
number 5. Okay, I'm listening for his words to stop. I don't like that. A lot of men listen to their wives that way.
Right.
They don't listen to a word they say. They're looking for certain words to act like they're engaging with the
Right.
conversation. Wah, 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 she's a bitch. Man, that sucks. I can't believe she's a bitch.
Biatch.
Wah, 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 wah. And then my boss sent that memo out. Man, I hate when bosses send memos out. Wah, 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 wah. Yeah, you just pick up every other
Right.
paragraph to stay engaged.
Just to stay
so you
engaged.
can get your counterpoint in.
Absolutely.
I used to be that way as a younger man. And I found myself having heated arguments with my father over fucking whether Ryan Leaf was going to be a decent quarterback, Drew Henson was going to be a decent. What are we doing? What are we talking about? I'm messing up my friendship with my dad, my friends.
we talking about?
Because I want to be right all the time.
Well,
so
we grow. We grow.
yeah, so that's
If
my
not, you suck.
Let's make that my Orlando Kell punch of the day.
Maybe.
I want to punch
Maybe not.
people
Maybe
that
fuck yourself.
need to win an argument so bad, a subjective argument, by the way, that you ruin a friendship and alienate your peers because of your pride and ego and need to be correct, even though and refusal to evolve and think that maybe one of the other 9 billion people that you share the planet with might have a point of view too.
Yeah, it took me a while to get to the point where I could agree to disagree and say cheers. Like, there's one thing to agree to disagree and walk away pissed, but I had to grow to the point where, okay, I can agree to disagree and then also say cheers. How was your day? You know what I mean? Like, it took me a while, especially like, 2016 through 2020. I was in a bad place mentally because I was like, because of what was going on in the country, that I was blocking and deleting everybody instead of just being like, okay, you know what? He or she feels that way about whatever politically or whatever. That's fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that can be okay. We could still be cool outside of that. Let's just stay. Like, I just learned to stay away from certain conversations. This way, you're not dropping your friends or associates
Correct.
aren't dropping like flies. I wouldn't call them friends,
Yeah.
but associates aren't dropping like flies because we disagree on alkaline water being
Right.
a bullshit hoax. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah.
Snake oil.
Yeah, so it's just like, just trying to get to a point where you can agree to disagree and say cheers and move on.
Yeah, man.
It took me a while to get there.
Me too. You boys would be shocked to know this, but I'm a bit of a talker. I like to talk.
No shit, Mike.
And so so as a young man and in my 20s, I was in that way where I wanted to argue all day and like to poke and sharp stick and shit. I still do that, but only
I'm a
when
troll.
I feel like
I'm a
I
troll.
should.
I am a troll.
So, but it's like what I've realized is this is maybe my sage wiseness of getting old and approaching 50.
Right.
If you and I are arguing on what's a prettier color, blue or green,
Right?
it's like, why do I need to argue all day long about what's a prettier color? Because when we both go to bed and wake up tomorrow, it's not going to matter. You and I have no impact on the outcome.
None.
You can be pissed off at who the president is or the mayor, or you can be pissed off at your wife because she banged your neighbor.
Jesus.
Those are big problems. But you and
Everybody
I
gotta
arguing
die.
over Dak Prescott, absolutely zero is going to change whether or not we agree or not.
But
It
we
has
can be
zero
passionate
impact.
about it, though.
You can be passionate.
I think we should be
without
passionate
being
about it.
personal.
No, I don't think it should
Yeah.
get personal. Like, like I skipped telling Shannon, well, you're jealous of Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. Like, that's personal.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when their friendship and them
Your
end up
feet
going,
stink, bitch.
Right.
Or something like that. Yeah.
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 Your
Whatever.
wife's a cunt. You shouldn't
Jesus.
do that. Don't do
The
that.
C word? That's the first C word in the 14 shows.
No. Well, I spread them out.
But I
Watch
know it
the
was an
language,
example.
little boy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had buddies that I've had to like distance from because all you want to do is argue all day. And it's like I've now ignored 43 text messages. That's the other thing. You need to learn when to get the hint.
43,
Especially grown-ass
gosh, damn.
men. When you text me all the time and I never reply, it's you. And there's no point to continue to text me these things. And then like people that will try to like change my mind politically, I'm absolutely malleable when it comes to politics. I'm willing to change an opinion and evolve and read more things. But on some things that I'm just not going to bend on, when I tell you this one I'm not going to bend on, don't follow with 45 newspaper articles on why I should bend. Don't try to give me science data. Don't try to tell me about an example. I've just told you this one I'm not going to bend on.
Science.
So let's, like you said, call it a day and chill.
Yeah.
Because no matter what happens, the only thing at stake here is we're going to not be friends anymore. And is it worth that? No. That's the only outcome possible when you won't leave me alone, stop beating me down. Anyway, so that's my punch of the day. Just assholes, generic assholes. Want to argue all day just because. We got that way. Were we always that way as in a society, or is that's a modern thing? Because of news,
we're
news
living
channels,
in a society.
politics.
It seems more magnified because of social.
Every slapdick has an outlet.
Every social media, because social. We've always been divided. It's just social media made it more prominent. You
Hey,
you
Twitter
see
world.
It's in your face. That's all. Social
yeah.
media just showed who we really are.
Right. So I'm going to punch every asshole who has not changed an opinion in over 5 years. If you have an opinion you've not changed, at least thought about in the last 5 years, you're a stubborn goat. At least
It depends on the topic, Mike.
it does. Yeah, there's exceptions to all these rules, but in general, let's punch that.
Okay.
I've evolved on Dak Prescott as it for an example.
Yeah,
Dak
yeah.
Prescott.
In a negative way. You hate him now.
I don't hate him.
Not hate. You just don't. But you no longer believe that he's the guy.
He's the past. He's no longer the future. That does not mean I was wrong 6 years ago when he was an MVP candidate before he got hurt. I think I was still right. 3 years ago, I was right that Dak Prescott was a damn good quarterback. He's gotten old. The injuries have caught up, and he makes bad decisions against good teams. Not even just the playoffs, but during the season. So yeah, it is what it is. That doesn't mean I was wrong before, but that's what it's evolved to.
I'm not changing. Breaded wings are better than naked. I'm staying. Breaded is better.
Yeah, and I'm not going to try to convince you otherwise because it's purely
I'm just
an
talking
opinion.
about you saying you got to, how your opinions haven't changed in 5 years. There's certain things. Yeah, breaded always wins.
Right. Maybe you're married to somebody.
You see, why are you trying to change my mind? It's breaded
I'm
wings.
not.
Breaded wings and flats. Now that's the one thing I have changed on. I thought drums were superior.
Okay.
I've come around that flats are superior.
Flats are superior.
Flats are superior.
I agree.
Breaded flats are superior. My wife,
like bones.
Me and my wife used to debate it. She was a flats. I'm a drum.
Interesting.
But now we fight over the flats. Me, her, and my teenager because we're all flats people now.
And that's
so
not worth
breaded
fighting
flats
with you
are
over.
superior. I'm not changing. Yeah. So I've changed. I've come to the flat side, but I'm not changing on breaded.
Yeah. And let's say that we do have an argument over a topic, and we argue all
You
day.
mean like
and get
UNLG
mad.
yesterday over
Maybe.
Florida being a shithole and you saying it's beautiful?
Yeah, you pissed me off.
I could tell. I saw when yours changed.
Yeah.
When you went to the table, I can't hit the table. I don't want to mess up the court, but you did that. I was like, oh. I was like, so there is a way to crack Mike Taylor. It's just his name's Lawrence Goins.
Well, that's rare though. That
But
what
he
you
got
saw
you.
yesterday,
He got
that
you.
was me twice a week back in the day.
He got you though.
Now it's once a month. Yeah, he got me.
He got you yesterday.
Yeah.
I was impressed because it's not easy to get to you. I was impressed. I thought because I'm a troll, so the fact that LG was able to crack your to get you, that's why I sat back and I just enjoyed it. Sometimes you got to know when to shut up as a host.
Oh, see, I didn't even notice that. I just thought we were having a conversation. You know,
But you were yelling.
No,
you've yelled at me a lot lately.
Yeah, you were yelling.
I've been yelled at, and I'm trying to be understanding. Old Taylor would have been like, "Fuck you, dude." Wise old sage Mike. He quit
You
smoking
agree with
recently.
me. You agree with me about Florida. It's just you like the nicer things there, and I focus on the other things.
You focus on the negative.
Yeah.
And I don't do that as I get
because there's
older.
a lot of it there.
Because I'm going to be, I could be dead in 20 years, and I don't have time to focus on the
I don't
negative.
and I don't have time for Florida because I could be dead in 20 years.
There is a fine line between a negative person and a realist. I think LG leans more toward the realist side. I don't think he's a negative
I'm
person.
like Larry
He's a
David.
realist.
I'll just say
Yes.
what's on my mind.
He's a
and
realist.
it'll get me in trouble at times.
But yeah, you got Mike yesterday.
You
I
can
thought
say
it was,
what
I
you
was
want. It's all the
amused.
yelling at me.
Yeah, he
Like,
yelled at you.
Jesus. He's yelled at me
And
every
then
day.
you started yelling. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because it's hard to crack that code. And he
Yeah.
cracked it yesterday.
Maybe
Good
you
job,
have
LG.
maybe you had a bitch ass wife who yells at you all the time,
Yeah, I kicked her to the curb.
wants to debate all the time. Yeah, pull an LG. If you need to get divorced, take advantage of it and win your divorce like he did. It paid for his world travels for about 3 months. You know she was shitty when the dude in this state gets money, he got paid. When she's having to pay you, you know that it was the right decision to get out of that marriage. And if that's you, Orlando Kell's waiting on you. That's my boy, the official family lawyer of Thunderdome. He is a longtime Thunderdomer, a fine Longhorn, but he'll take an Aggie on too. He doesn't care. He just wants to make Thunderdome lives as he wants to make the divorce process. I don't want to say easier, less painful,
Right.
less difficult. That's a guy like Orlando who specializes in family law and really specializes in helping men.
Damn.
Good dudes that just want to move on with their lives in peace, not have 20 years of turmoil, get through it, and get on with our lives. That's my guy, Orlando Kell. It is 210-775-4995. You can email him directly at orlandokell.law@gmail.com, orlandokell.law@gmail.com. Anybody you need to punch today? You good?
No, I'm good today. I know the few of the listeners want to punch YouTube. They say we're too big time, too many ads. So I guess I'll throw a punch toward YouTube for the ads. But I mean, hey, man, we got to eat too. What do you want me to do? But since y'all want me to punch them, I'll punch for the listener.
All right. They want to punch YouTube. That's fine.
Too many ads.
Yeah.
I'll see if there's something I can do about that. I don't
No,
think there is.
I don't. What do you
but-
mean? Don't do anything about it.
Well,
Ain't that-
you go to members only, there should be less ads.
There are less ads on the members only show. That's correct. For now, until we get a shit ton of members, and then they're going to increase. Oh, that show's got 5,000 members. Let's
Right.
put a few commercials. We can't help that. That's a YouTube thing. This is, again, I don't want to go back to what we've been talking about for the last 2 weeks. We don't work for a corporate radio station anymore.
2 weeks.
We do a show. It's a podcast, and it doesn't have commercial breaks. It has commercials, but it doesn't have the breaks. You got to fight through the 20-second little sativa ad that pops up, or
Sativa.
whatever it might be.
What the hell? Why is sativa on
I
your
want to
mind?
live in a world where weed is legal.
It
I
is.
wanna-
It is legal.
Not in this state, it's not. Or whatever. Dr. Pepper jumps up and gets in your face for 20 seconds. That's called the price of progress. This is not a nonprofit show. This is not a charitable show. It's a for-profit show. So the better we do, you're going to have things like ads and such.
We could go like the church and go nonprofit and make a bunch of money.
And just have people donate us money.
Nonprofit, or was it 501Cs?
Yeah,
The biggest
but
hustle.
who are
It's
we-
the biggest hustle in this country.
Yeah, but what's our charity? Your drinking habit?
Our
I
wardrobe.
was going to say his weed problem, but he quit smoking for now.
Rescue dogs.
Rescue dogs.
I'm all for that.
See?
Me too.
Real
Five-
quick,
is it
I got a
501c?
punch I want to get in. real
Okay.
quick.
Go for it.
I want to punch Mike fucking Taylor.
Jesus, here we go again, man.
What did he post?
I just told you I'm
He
tired
didn't
of
post
getting yelled at.
anything.
What happened?
After we left the restaurant when we met with that liquor rep the other day,
Yeah.
Mike Taylor is going to his car and he tries to get into the wrong car. He's putting his key into the hole and wondering why it's not opening. He tried to get into a
You're
Lexus.
kidding, right?
And then he's like,
It
what
was
the
a
hell is
Lexus.
this? And then I
Mike
yelled
Taylor,
at him
Junior, second base.
from across the parking lot, wrong car, dude.
It looked a lot like my Acura.
It was the same color, to be
Why
fair.
am I just now hearing about this? This was Tuesday. Why am I just now hearing about
Because I
this?
forgot about it until now.
How many off-colored gold cars are there? My car is
No,
gold.
To be fair, it looked almost identical except for the model
I've done that.
and make.
I went to the wrong Tundra.
I was thinking, fuck, the fob's out. The battery's gone out on my car, and I realized, and I heard him yell at me, "Wrong car!" It was. I didn't even realize it. He had to yell at me. I'm like, oh, he's right. That's a Lexus. I don't have a Lexus.
San Antonio, the Tundra town of Tundra towns. I've gone to the wrong Tundra.
Yeah, you got an everyman Texan car.
Built here,
Texan
lives here.
truck.
Yeah.
It's a truck, not a car. God damn it. All right, so there's that. Thank you. So that's it. That's it. We all punched out. Can we get happy again? The studies show if we're going to build our base here on YouTube and or Spotify or any of the others, younger folks, millennials and younger, they don't like confrontation. They don't like when people yell and scream and everything's negative. They want to talk about the positive.
Screw them. What did Michael Jordan say? Fuck them kids.
We are only going to mark that. We are only going to yell and rant and rave when it's necessary. When it happens organically. I'm not going to create. I'm not one of these performative rage artists you see all over television all the time. I'm not going to fake it every day.
No, that's stupid.
No, I'm not doing that. So if we can't get famous and rich without having to be negative all day.
As long as it's organic.
As long as it's organic. That's right. So just know when Rudy yells at me, he's really
I'm
pissed
dead
at me.
I'm dead ass serious.
All right. Muchas gracias to Steel Tubes 64, who just became
Must
a
be
member.
a plumber.
Became a member. We need a plumber. This show does not have an official plumber. If you're a plumber, reach out to me. We want to talk. It's way cheaper than you could ever imagine. All right? All right. Alex with the shotguns in here. You must be listening to some bullshit, Mike. I thrive for conflict, and yesterday was beautiful.
It was.
Of course, says Alex with a shotgun. Thanks, dude.
Shout out to Alex.
Become a member of this show. We love you hard, whether you are a shotgun owner or not, or you're a pinko pacifist or you're a violent son of a bitch. As long as you're a member of our show, then we're tight. We're good. We need members. That's how we build this thing. And through advertisements. So advertising and memberships, we don't have to rely on so many live spots if y'all will become members. The more members we get, the less we have to worry about getting live spots and advertisements and stuff like that. Although, just to know, Thunderdome, y'all know me. And I think we all can agree, anybody that we do business with, they're legit folks. Because we don't do business with shitty people, period. All right, that's enough. Speaking of shitty people.
I'm listening.
Is Jerry Jones going to screw up this defensive coordinator position that he's got to fill?
He's trying.
My God.
He's trying. Like, let's retread Rex Ryan, the guy that's been on TV for 10 years. Did they really interview? Is that true? They interviewed him?
I've seen multiple reports that say they did interview Rex Ryan this week. What are we talking about here?
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. There's not one young. Everybody's going younger.
Except Dallas. What I read was Jerry wants an older, experienced man to become the defensive coordinator. Preferably someone who's been a head coach in the league before.
Okay.
Which is weird. I mean, why do you need that? Why is that necessary?
I'm going to tell you why.
And why do you have to be old, too, by the way?
I'm going to tell you why. And this is why he probably should have let Mike McCarthy walk. He's preparing for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Meaning, if I have to fire, if this shit goes bad and they quit on Mike McCarthy and I have to fire him in season, I want somebody that's ready to take over a team. That's why he's doing it. That's why we're talking about Mike Zimmer. That's why we're talking about Rex Ryan. That's why he had Dan Quinn. He wants a guy, if I have to go Wade Phillips on Mike McCarthy and not let him get on the plane after a road game and fire him, I want a guy that can come in and make sure that he can take over this team. And if I'm right, then that means you should have let Mike McCarthy walk. And I'm a Mike McCarthy fan. I think he's a good coach. I just think his leaders are mental midgets. His two leaders, Micah and Dak, they're mental midgets. They both disappeared when it mattered most. I don't think McCarthy can't put that in them. Pause. So, but that's what I'm saying. If you're preparing to have to replace him, then just do it now. What are you waiting for? Because there's got to be some D coordinator, some hotshot D coordinator around the NFL that's looking for a job that you could have brought in that would take the Cowboy job with fresh ideas, can relate to players. That's just my thought. I have no proof of that. That's just my thought process.
What I have read, and this is all over. This is true. It's all over the place. The only people that have interviewed for the job so far are 60-something-year-old fucking foot fetish having Rex Ryan, who has not coached in the NFL since 2016.
Has it been that long? Okay, I said 10 years.
Who
so
now
I was a
gets
little short.
paid to open up his filthy sewer every Sunday and give opinions about the NFL on that CBS show. Mike Zimmer, who's pushing 70. And again, I love Mike Zimmer. He's family. He'll always be family. He was here during the glory years when we had glory hole. Mike Zimmer was a big part of that.
I want me some glory hole.
Mike is pushing 70 years old, man. And Mike hadn't coached in a few years. And Mike does not relate to guys now. He proved that when he was the coach of the Vikings. They couldn't wait to get him out of the room. They loved him. They loved his tactics. They loved the way he coached football. He sucks dealing with dudes. You ain't going to see Mike Zimmer walk in there like Dan Quinn with his hat on backwards, with a cool backpack with a Misfits patch sewed into
With
the
Jordans
backpack.
on.
That's Quinn's approach.
Couple necklaces. Yeah.
I'm not saying you need to be
I'm not
somebody
saying that
else.
works.
I'm not saying that you need to be. You don't need to be a 65-year-old acting 25. But Zimmer,
No, that's stupid, too.
Zimmer's an old 67. There's a young 67 and there's an old 67. He's an old 67.
What do you consider Belichick and Nick and Pop? Do you consider them an old 74?
Pop's an old 75.
You think so?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yep.
Belichick?
That's different though.
Belichick?
For different Belichick is an old 74.
Is that why he didn't get hired?
Think so, and he wants more power. He wants all the power. I think the Falcons would have brought Bill in had he not demanded to have
Full control.
Full control. He ain't getting that with the Cowboys, you know.
Hell no.
Of course. So
Yeah, I don't get the Rex Ryan thing. That just
that I
that
don't
makes
get. At least
like,
Belichick's coached recently.
is there something fresh that I'm missing about Rex Ryan?
No, nothing.
Am I missing something?
No.
Okay.
No, I have no interest.
Is there something to say about the guy that's had 7 years off and been able to watch a lot of football and come up with fresh, and maybe he's come up with fresh ideas now because he's actually watching multiple games. He's getting to know players. He kind of knows which guys are coming for free agency because he's on Get Up and all these other shows. No,
I don't think so. Can you give me an example?
Look, I'm trying to make it make sense. You know
As
when
you're
people say
I'm
make it
trying
make
to
sense?
think-
That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm trying to think of an example of a guy that was on the couch or in the broadcast booth for a long time in between jobs and then came back later on and figured it out. And no one's coming to mind right now. Somebody might be able to help me out. But I
found shit.
I guarantee you it's less than 5 people. It ain't like it's common for you to take that much time off, come back, and have success again.
Not that long.
I can't think. Even had Rex Ryan been in college the last few years coaching, that I feel better. Like with Harbaugh, at least he hadn't been in the NFL in 4 or 5 years, but he's been coaching the whole time.
And I can use his mind for the draft because he knows a lot of these guys.
He does.
That's a whole.
And Rex ain't John freaking Harbaugh or Jim for that matter.
He never was.
No,
well,
he
he did
never
go
was.
to 2 AFC title games
That's fine.
with Mark Sanchez.
And he
with
maxed
Mark
out,
Sanchez.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
They've
I'm
also
saying.
interviewed Ron Rivera. He's a Mexican. I like Ron Rivera.
I'm down with Ron Rivera. Ron makes sense.
If
makes
those
sense.
are the guys I got to choose from.
I'm taking Ron.
I don't want Wink fucking Martindale in here. He can barely walk. He weighs 500 pounds. He bitched in
Who is Wink Martindale?
the Giants guy.
Oh,
He was with that idiot in New York. He just got fired over power structure and couldn't get along with it. Brian Daboll, who went from coach of the year to probably should have gotten shit canned this year. Highly unfortunate, this list I'm seeing. I'm going through the list. Here's the part that
talk to
pisses me off, though.
Give me somebody that I like.
It's one thing that you want to interview a bunch of old dudes, but I also have read where, and this has not been substantiated, but one report, 2 or 3 saying the same thing. Mike Vrabel wants to interview for the Cowboys defensive coordinator job. The Cowboys don't have mutual interest in Mike Vrabel.
I don't know if I believe
You want to
that.
interview Rex Ryan and
Time
not
out.
Mike Vrabel?
Do I really believe
We
that
talking
the
about Jerry.
Let me tell you this. If that is true, that is criminal.
Mm-hmm.
If that report is true that Vrabel would like to be the D coordinator right here for our Dallas Cowboys and they refuse to talk to him, then now I'm gonna have to start. I mean, again, we've already started, but then I really have to put Jerry's feet to the fire. I'm praying that that's not true. For all my Cowboy family, for all my Cowboy friends, I'm praying that's not true. There's no way. There's no way. That's just criminal. That's just bad judgment.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. That's a whole bunch of stuff, man.
We talking about Jerry. Talking about Jerry here.
There's no way, Mike. I can't. I mean, I'm not saying that any of the reports you're reading, I'm not trying to discredit those people, but I can't believe they're that stupid. There's no. I know they've made mistakes, but they're not that stupid.
Mm-hmm. You think Rex offered to wash Jerry's feet in the interview?
Is that real? Is he really? I mean, he
YouTube
did.
it.
Oh yeah, his wife, right?
Although Jerry might be the wrong color for them, the Ryans.
Excuse me.
Jerry might be the wrong color for the Ryans.
Color like blood and Crips.
They like to get down with the black man.
Who does? The Ryans.
Yeah. There's YouTube with it. Has it been once it's on YouTube? Is it there forever? Is that really true, LG?
No.
Okay. Some things can be deleted. There was YouTube footage of Rex Ryan having this random dude in the back of their car, and and Rex was filming him while he played with his old lady's feet, kissed them and smelled them and caressed the bottoms of them, tickled the toes and shit. That black dude's like, oh, whatever, man. He was down. And there was other stories where that was their bit. They wanted to bring in the brothers.
Get the fuck.
I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding. LG, back me up on this. Thunderdome, help me out. This is true. I'm not making shit up. I'm not making that up. Thank you to Miguel Moscoro. He just gave a $2 tip. I'm not making that up.
Wow. Well, I've seen the video of the wife's feet. I don't remember the brother being in the back seat.
No, it's always the brothers. I've seen 3 videos, and they were all, let's just say, I couldn't help from noticing who it was every single time back there.
Well, Puff was that way.
Yeah.
Puff liked to watch Mandingos pound down his current women.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a whole different thing. I don't know about that, but the feet thing was.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I'm just saying.
That was out there. I mean, look, we're sitting here now spending part of our show on Rex Ryan. What are we doing here, man?
It's your team. You
they
tell me.
They shouldn't even be interviewing
You tell
him.
me it's your team.
Just go get Bill Parcells to be the defensive coordinator.
Mike,
what are we talking about?
Leave. Stupid. How much abuse can you take? Like, you got the friend that stays in a relationship that sucks, and he keeps coming to you. He keeps coming to you, right? And you keep giving him great advice, right?
Yeah.
And he keeps going back.
Right.
What happens after a while? You say, you know what? I'm not going to even give you any advice because you just going back.
Yeah.
What? You keep coming to me with these problems, but you stay. How long can you take? How long do you want to take this abuse? Like your team has Vrabel wanting the job, yet they want Rex Ryan. Why are you sticking around for that shit?
Because I'm doing a talk show in South Texas, man.
No, we're just going to talk about them. But if Cowboy, I guess fanatics.
Why am I getting mad?
Why are y'all staying?
I try not to get mad.
Pick a new team.
Smalls.
Pick a new team.
I can't do that.
You see why?
Because it's not genuine. I told you, I've got guys on every team I root for. I loved the Saints when they had my guy Sean Payton. Now I'm a Broncos fan because they got my guy Sean Payton.
You like Sean?
Yeah, I do. I follow individuals around.
I'm an individual guy too.
Yeah, I Cowboys and then individuals. Like this game this week. Excuse me. We'll be watching it Southtown 101 together. Y'all come watch the Super Bowl, me and Rudy. I mean, it'd be cool if Spencer Burford won a ring because he's a San Antonio kid.
Wagner, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, I love Patrick Mahomes.
I love Mahomes.
What a champion and a winner he is.
I think he's one away from me rooting against him.
Oh, it's to that point now.
Yeah, it's like, all right, you got enough. You know how we build you up to tear you down. Like, okay, you won 30 Grammys, move.
Absolutely.
Like you got 3 Super Bowls. Okay, now even though he's from Tyler, which is blasphemous on my part,
it's weird.
It is stupid. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't openly root against him or hate on him. I'm just be like, okay, if he never wins again, I'm not going to be hurt. If he wins this one, which he probably will.
He's only 28 years old.
I know he's probably
he ain't done.
Yeah, he ain't done.
He ain't even close to being done. I mean, not even close. It's unfortunate.
Just go be a Texan fan.
I'm not going to be a Texans fan. I can be a Texans supporter.
I think
and
CJ Stroud has the power to pull you in.
He has the power to pull me in as a fan of his.
D'Amico. Imagine
I
if
like
D'Amico was
Ryan.
your coach, you'd be giddy as fuck.
Okay, let's back up here for 1 second. Those two guys you just mentioned have had success for one year.
Season.
One season.
I agree with that.
One season.
Now that's you and I are lock and step on that.
There's tape now on CJ. Dak Prescott was as good as CJ.
He was 13-3 and went to the divisional round. So yeah,
saying. I mean, I'm just saying. All right.
Just saying.
We do have a Super Bowl watch party. Y'all come watch it with us on Sunday at Southtown 101.
LG's gonna be there.
We are going to get there at 3:30. I am anyway. Southtown 101 is in Southtown, Texas, right down the street from. It's right there off of. It's right
Pressa?
there. It's where like.
Is it Pressa?
It's where's the points at? We can get the physical address.
I don't know the Pressa.
Everybody should know.
I don't know the
at.
points.
It's on the other side. It's down like
That's
South
what
Alamo.
our phones are for.
It's
Just
where
put,
South Alamo.
type in Southtown
It
101.
runs into it.
The hell?
It's in Southtown, man.
Yeah, like I don't.
Pull the address up.
I hate when people say, "Where is it?" Mother,
Yeah,
if you
I
don't
hate
pull
that
out your
too.
phone,
These are the same people that can't figure out how to become a member.
now be nice.
Well, just like I can't figure out how to post the right link for you to become a member. It doesn't help when you're already confused
Right.
and I send you the wrong link. That's why I've been yelled at a lot. I want to go on the record. I do think he's been angry a lot lately because of other ways, other things, and it's projecting upon me because of other things.
But you're still wrong.
But I have also posted the wrong link
Multiple times.
more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got as many
his-
many bad links posted
Yeah,
as
so his-
DUIs for Patrick Mahomes' daddy.
Yeah, his frustration
At
is
least
justified a bit. I see that's growth when you can admit you're wrong in it. That's
Yeah.
growth. That's real growth
That
as a
is
man.
growth. Yeah, thank you.
So
Thank you.
Southtown 101, Mike will be there
Yes,
3:30.
yes,
I'll
yes,
be there
sir.
about 3:40.
That a baby.
2,
Mm-hmm.
4.
Yep. Don't
30.
forget the stogies. You're bringing me a cigar?
I'm bringing both you
Get it
and
cheaper.
Lawrence a cigar.
Yeah, right. I don't even know how to smoke it. Like I see you with your
Don't
little
inhale.
lighter.
Just don't
I
inhale.
see you, like,
I'll
clipping
cut
the
it. I'll
end
cut it
off.
and light it for you. Just
Yeah,
don't
you need to
inhale.
hold my hand.
Yeah.
Don't inhale.
No.
I'll gag.
I guess I have to go then. 'cause
I know, right?
You're bringing me a cigar, huh?
You see me working, LG?
What brand are we rolling with? You make a
Drew
decision on
Estates.
that? What?
Drew Estates.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Drew
Don't,
Estate.
don't bring me anything expensive because I
I'm
won't
not-
know the difference.
I don't really smoke expensive cigars.
So what?
As a
what
struggling podcaster, I've had to bring my
give me the overview of this Drew Estates.
mild, sweet cap,
Okay.
easy to
Okay.
finish.
All right. So just puff, but don't inhale like Bill
No,
Clinton.
you do not inhale.
Am I
Just
going to
look
get
cool.
like high off this
Nah,
thing?
you should be
Okay.
fine. You should be fine. That's why I'm going mild.
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
take
even
two
go
puffs
medium.
and put mine out, and you can have it back. Or I'll just save it for how
Don't
long?
waste it.
How long does a
You don't
cigar
pass a cigar. It's not a
last?
blunt.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
how
your
long does a
slobbers
cigar,
all over
Yeah.
it.
How long does a cigar
It
last?
depends on the size, but me normally an hour to hour and 15.
Y'all don't pass around the cigar.
No, don't
When you go to your
ever
cigar
go to a
bars?
cigar bar and say, "Hey, man, can I try that?" I'm trying to
You
keep
want
it.
some
can
of
I get a
that?
rip?
You want to hit this dog? Yeah.
Hell,
Can I get a pull on that, bro? Can
I
you
think,
shotgun me?
I think LG can, speak for this. Post COVID, I haven't seen anybody pass a blunt, let alone a cigar. Nobody post COVID, nobody's passing
My
blunts.
redneck ass, we don't give a shit. We
I'm
passed
not.
it. Passed it during
We're
the
too
pandemic.
grown. You hit a certain age where you smoke your own J.
Can you
don't pass it.
Forgive the dumb cigar guy questions.
What's
Can
up?
you dip it? Like, can I dip my cigar in keef? Will that work?
Shit, I don't know, dog.
It'll work,
Because
but
then
you're
you
not
gotta-
supposed to inhale,
Yeah,
so
then
you're
now
going to be
you're
wasting
on
it.
keef
Yeah.
and the
Oh, yeah,
tobacco.
yeah,
now
yeah,
you're going to
yeah.
be a dumb high.
Why
You're better off
smoke-
rolling a spliff.
Why smoke cigars if you don't inhale? It has an impact without inhaling.
Right.
Interesting.
The
It just
the
it gets
tobacco,
up in your
the
gums and
nicotine,
shit.
yeah, the nicotine from the wrapper.
Right. Oh no shit.
Yeah. And then of course, even though you're not inhaling, you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna inhale a bit. Like it's impossible not to.
All right.
Like you can still get lung cancer from a
Interesting.
cigar. Like be clear.
Yeah. I'm with Tex-Mex Frank. I cannot change the team that I've cheered for all of his life, by the way.
Yes, you can.
Bandwagon fan just can't. You can't do that. I can't do that. I can get on somebody's train for a month, but I'm not going to go like buying tickets and all this kind of bullshit.
I break up with the Bears every year around week 6, and I go to the Cowboys.
But you go back to Chicago because you've been that way for a long time.
Yeah. But I also be like, I'm not paying attention to that shit. I'm not buying any gear.
It's was what I
I'm
struggle
not
with.
supporting any of the sponsors. I'm not going to a game.
Yeah,
So y'all go to games. Y'all still buy a jerk here and there.
sure. What
Y'all are
hacks
still
me
fully
off-
invested.
What pisses me off is the guy that lives in this city who's never even been west of El Paso, but just decided he's going to be a 49ers fan. And you talk about performative rage.
Why does that
fakes it when they
why
lose?
does that bother you?
Fakes it when they win. Because you cannot relate to someone from Northern California who grew up all their life. It's in their bloodline.
California.
It's passed down from grandpa to dad to you.
Right.
It cannot possibly mean as much to a bullshit fan from San Antonio who's never even been to a game in San Francisco. It cannot possibly mean more to that guy than a guy who's from Marin County, California on Sunday if the 49ers win. Not possible. Not possible.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, Mike, but what I am saying is that shouldn't bother you.
It doesn't, but that's why I cannot
Mike,
be
I've
that.
listened to you for 15 years.
Rudy,
it does bother you.
But you're asking
it
why
bothers
I can't,
you.
why I can't flip.
Oh, got you.
That's
Okay,
why
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't flip.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to fake, oh my God, those Saints, Katrina. Oh, sorry about that, spit everywhere. Drew Brees is my guy. I'm going to dress like Drew Brees for Halloween. Somebody give me some makeup so I can put the little birthmark on my face. Yeah, it's my boy. No, you've been a Saints fan for 6 months.
But you do realize you pick these teams as children, and then it becomes a part of you.
If you pick him as a child,
I picked the Bears
become
as a child.
All right,
I was
fine.
played my soccer team in the early 80s. We were called the Bears. I wasn't even watching football.
fine.
I was watching soccer on Telemundo with it on mute.
Right.
I played for the Bears. Next thing you know, I see this Bears team on TV. It becomes my team, and it just stuck with me. And of course, I'm a Cowboy fan because my entire family is, right? So the reason I'm coming to this side, like, hey, you know what? Y'all shouldn't put this much into it. It's just entertainment. It's not that big a deal.
I get it. It's a
not that
reality
big a
show
deal.
that you love.
It's not that big a deal to be like, I can't. Why not? They don't give a shit about you.
I'm not judging you.
I know,
Matter
but
of fact,
if you are, I'm cool with
I'm gonna help you make your argument. It's like my favorite television show of all time is Breaking Bad. It has nothing to do with where I grew up.
for me. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with Texas.
You've never sold meth?
It's a bunch of That's right. It's a bunch of Hollywood actors that did a show in Albuquerque, New Mexico that was written by a guy from West Virginia. Right?
What up, biatch?
But I love that show.
Right.
And I will thank you. Baba Ganoush just became a member. Appreciate you.
What up, Baba?
Thank you, homie. I can love Breaking Bad, right? Now, so I can relate to what you're saying on that kind of level. You can fall in love with anything. Doesn't matter if you grew up in that town. You can still learn to love that thing.
Right.
As long as you hang on to that all of your life and don't be jumping ship. I don't want you having a Cavs jersey
I'm not gonna have
and a
them.
Lakers jersey and a Mavericks jersey in your closet. That's weird. Unless it's about the individual. That's different.
Well, if you're a LeBron fan, you got 5 jerseys, don't you?
For me, yeah, of
2
course.
Cavs,
Sure,
the Heat, and the
yeah.
Lakers. You got 4.
For me, it's kind of like if I adopt a team that's not the Cowboys, it's kind of like, all right, this is my stepdad. This dude married my mom. That's cool. I'm going to try to get to know him, become his buddy. And
That's
over
different.
time, maybe you become.
I get that,
You
too.
love the man.
Yeah, I get that.
But the minute your biological daddy shows up, that's your biological daddy. The Dallas Cowboys are my biological daddy.
That was a strong analogy.
That's all I can tell you.
That was a strong analogy.
Nothing. Your daddy can be in prison, had neglected you all your damn life, never did right by your mama. He shows up when you're 28 years old, but you've lived with this other man for years. That might still be your father, but this was the man who made you. And you can't get that out of your head. That's always going to stick with you. It's the reason why Patrick Mahomes is like, oh, there's my, okay.
My biological
daddy
tried,
again.
my
My daddy
biological
again.
tried that, and I didn't go for it. And I regret it.
And that's okay.
I regret it. Because he's since passed. Like, he wasn't in my life. My mom was my mom and my dad.
Yep.
And I had a stepfather that was there a long time as well. But so when, like, I don't know, I hit early 30s. My biological, he started contacting me, and
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I wasn't mad.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to build a relationship.
Here's how I've evolved as a sports talk show host, or
I didn't wanna
as a
do it.
man.
I didn't want to do it.
I can give you my opinion on why it's for me this way, but I would never try to like convince you otherwise. Like what you just said was beautiful in a sad way, but it's beautiful. So it's like, it sucks. That stinks. Eddie Vedder, the lead singer of Pearl Jam, he grew up thinking his stepdad was his biological dad. They didn't tell him. He found out later when he grew up. Yeah, that was actually your stepdad. Your biological dad was this other guy here. Sorry, he died a year ago of pancreatic cancer or whatever. Blow the mind. I'm not trying to compare the football fandom to that.
Yeah.
That's the analogy that
No,
I
I know.
used. And you took it deep. So I don't want to offend anybody.
Okay.
I am not here to
I
tell
only took you there
anybody.
because you said, yeah, I was like, nah,
I
still
am not here to tell anybody how to be a fan.
Yeah.
You asked me why I can't jump from the damn Cowboys. That's my biological father, and I've grown up with him.
Right.
It's like, okay, I grew up with my biological dad. He's still shitty. He's extremely flawed. I still love him. It is what it is.
Super flawed.
Or it's like your brother. Maybe you don't get along at all with your brother. That asshole, we fight all the time. He's a stupid liberal. I'm a whack job,
Raging
right-wing
writer.
nut job, and we don't relate. He's crazy, blah, blah, blah. But don't you fuck with my brother.
Yeah.
We're going to fight.
Absolutely.
Same thing with stupid Cowboys.
Absolutely.
That don't mean I can't have a rooting interest on Sunday.
I'm just saying, I won't judge y'all, Cowboy Nation. If y'all decide to say, fuck this, I'm out.
I don't either. And frankly, they don't deserve to have the fan base that they have.
No.
That is a one-way toxic relationship. Only one. It's like being a woman and you got a man who can't make you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the sex is bad.
Yes! 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 Oh! Oh!
We never get that sound. Cowboy fans don't ever get to make that sound, Rudy. Unless we're cheating with the Chiefs on Super Bowl Sunday night. But then on Monday, it's still over. That still ain't your man. That sound, Cowboy fans have not been able to make that sound in 3 decades. They don't deserve the fan base they have.
No, my 27-year-old knows them as losers.
That's right. My 25-year-old knows them as losers. That's it. It's unfortunate. Again, you ask me why. It's like I can't quit them.
You shouldn't.
That's the fan.
Go ahead, stick it out.
Believe me, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You love them.
No,
I wish I
You
knew
love
how to
them.
quit.
It's cool, man.
If they went to the Super Bowl, I would be fucking hyped.
And you'd
I
be
would
cry- you would
jacked.
cry.
Of course, it's my biological daddy. He finally got right. Finally rehab kicked in.
Shit. Anyway.
All right, it's in the building. Brought to you in part by R&R Auto Glass, the official auto glass repair company of this show. If you have glass damage in your vehicle, get your ass over there and get your glass fixed at R&R Auto Glass right there by the airport at 281 in Tacoma, and make sure that you mention us. All right? All right. Become a member. By the way, for you members, we've had people that are members on other platforms. I need just a programming note. You can only watch this like we've got the second hour. The membership hour starts at 12:30. You cannot watch it live unless you're a YouTube member. If you're a member on any other platform, you have to wait till we post it after the fact. We didn't choose that. That's how these platforms interact. That's how they go. We would love for our Spotify, our Apple people, our iHeart people. I guess you can't become a member on iHeart. We'd love our other platform members to be able to watch us live or listen to us live. Those platforms don't allow us to feed it to you live. Only YouTube does. So if you're a member on Spotify, because that's easier for you, that's great. But as soon as this thing's over, LG will load it as soon as he can. He'll upload it to Spotify, and you can then listen to it.
Should be up there within the hour after we're done.
So about an hour. And a lot of people don't get to our show till later in the day anyway. I just wanted to make that clear. He's gotten some emails. Hey, I'm on Apple, but I didn't get to see. I didn't see y'all live. Apple won't let us give it to you live. Only YouTube.
But you get it.
If you want to watch us live, you've got to be a member on YouTube. All right, so that's it. R&R Auto Glass brought us that segment on Cowboy fandom. The number 210-340-2588, or the website is rnrautoglass.com. rnrautoglass.com. All right. You got that clip I sent you from the Pat McAfee show? Have you seen this?
10-4, apricot.
So Cowboys running back Tony Pollard.
Failed running back.
Whoa. Cowboys running back Tony Pollard is being criticized for literally not knowing that Dan Quinn was now the head coach of the Washington Commanders. Let's run the clip and discuss. This is Pat McAfee yesterday with Tony on, and they asked him about how he thought Dan would do in D.C., and he's like, what? So watch it and hear him. We'll overreact to it.
I know your guys' defensive coordinator obviously got the head coaching gig in Washington. I think you guys are still going through the process, right, of figuring out who that DC might be. When you face that defense, you guys have stars everywhere you look. What do you think? What do you look for them for next year, and who do you think they might bring in?
It's crazy. See, I hadn't been on social media. Like, I got rid of Instagram like midway through the season.
How come? Too much people being negative?
I mean, being a Cowboy, you just have to find ways to keep your mental on point, you know.
Yeah, keep the noise out.
Yeah.
Did you just find out you lost your defensive coordinator?
I just found out right now.
Oh,
hey, he's the head coach of Washington.
Newsbreaker.
Yeah, he's the newsbreaker.
Dan Quinn's the head coach of Washington.
Dan Quinn, head coach, Washington Commanders.
Backwards hat. Show.
How's he going to do?
Yeah.
All right, now I don't care about how he thinks he's going to do. That's
Hey,
cool.
okay,
Whoa.
let me tell you something.
That's
we
funny.
should all strive to be minding our own gosh damn business the way Tony Pollard is.
See, I was going to ask you, is that dumb or genius?
I love it.
Is that a man free of the news cycle?
I tell my wife all the time, if this shit don't work, this entertainment shit, I will not have social media.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I have social media, I'm so over it because of the pressures that we have on making sure we stay up to date and post and create content. I'm so over this shit, but it's a part of it. It's a necessary evil because of what we do. But whatever this podcast, whatever, if it don't work, I'm done with all of this shit. So the fact that Tony Pollard had no idea, that's a level of minding my own gosh damn business that we should all strive for. Like, who gives a shit? What does the defensive coordinator in Dallas mean to him anyway? Now, if he didn't know that there was
not much.
If he didn't know there was a new OC, if he didn't know there was a new running back coach, cool. What does the DC have to do with Tony Pollard? It has nothing to do with him. And not only that, because of people like me, you saw how you started. You started the conversation like, running back Tony Pollard, what did I say? Failed. Because of people like me, he's like, yo, screw social media. So halfway through the season, when everybody's like, we paid him $10 million, he can't get 4 yards per carry, screw that dude. He was like, you know what, I'm done with it. And so he's literally stayed away from it. I actually I applaud that. To, in this day and age, to be in the mid-20s and be totally checked out on social media, that's awesome.
See, I agree with that 100%. However, it's not like I don't read the news. Not only is he not on social media, he ain't reading any
Well,
media.
who watches the news?
Well, I mean,
He must don't watch First Take. He must don't watch
well,
Get
he
Up.
also doesn't go to ESPN.com or Associated Press that led with Dan Quinn, Coach Washington on Tuesday.
What the
And
fuck
he doesn't
is
have
the internet?
he clearly doesn't have the ESPN app. Because my app went doo 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 doo.
Not one Cowboy.
And it was like Dan Quinn,
It
the
also
new coach
tells
of the
me,
court.
does he not
Commanders.
associate with any of the guys on the team either? That tells me he doesn't talk to anybody on the team either. Not this week.
Well, he's running around Radio Road doing Sleep Number.
If you and I are doing a show at a radio station and the sales director quits, you and I are probably going to know. We're going to find out at some point.
I'm gonna text you.
At least you will know. Do they not announce to the team? Like, does the Cowboys not send a memo out to all the guys on the team? Hey, Dan's leaving.
No,
That shows a lack of communication by the Cowboys.
don't pick. Look, I'm all for picking on the Cowboys. They're not. This isn't iHeart, Mike. They're not sending out mass emails saying Dan Quinn's no longer here. That's not how this works.
You're right, and players don't work that way either. By the way, so many times over the years, just going even back to my old reporter days 25 years ago,
Yeah, I got you.
I always just assumed that guys kept up with all the other guys on their teams.
Me
They
too.
don't.
No.
Like, I'd show up in training camp out at the Alamo Dome or out in Oxnard or whatever. So what do you think about this new rookie you guys drafted in the 5th round? I hear he could be a steal. Who is it? So-and-so. Oh, you mean 35? Yeah. Where do you go to school? They don't even know where they got drafted. I heard Ed McCaffrey saying this week, Christian's dad.
Okay.
They were asking him about Brock Purdy being the last pick in the draft. Ed was saying, because Ed played for the Broncos and the 49ers, he's won 3 world titles. Once you get to training camp, no one knows where you got drafted. The guys that are here, we don't know.
We seeing what you're doing now.
What are you doing now?
Right.
All we know is they brought you in, so clearly you can play.
Let me
no
see.
one
Show me
gives a
something.
shit where you got
Yeah,
picked.
it's just show me something.
Now, where it matters is because there's a pay scale. There's a rookie pay scale. But that's between you and your agent. And me, generic running back, I don't know what my linebacker gets paid. I don't bother to look it up. But I had mixed. When I saw that, I had mixed emotions on that. Tony don't keep up with nothing, and he don't talk to guys on the team. Certainly not guys on defense.
Now, I bet everybody on defense knew.
But you know what else I thought? Wow, How nice is that?
It's awesome.
He don't know anything going
It's
on
refreshing.
social media.
That's refreshing.
I'm with you. This don't work out, and I got to go be a truck driver. I'm not going to have Twitter.
I'm not going to have anything.
No, I'm going to listen to tunes. I'll listen to podcasts.
I'll just be in my wife's photos like this. You know, the guy.
Right.
Hey,
Oh, the checked out guy?
No social media Rudy says hello.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
That's insane.
I'm so over it because it's an ass whip because you got to do it.
It's incredible. Ronnie on the north side's in here. Might as well call Parcells or might as well call Bill Walsh if we're going to interview Rex Ryan. What next? Dan Reeves, or is he not dead? He is dead.
Who's dead?
Dan Reeves.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah,
God bless the dead.
let's go dig up Walter Camp and John Heisman. Maybe they want to be the defensive coordinator of the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
But my point is, look, you want an experienced guy? Brandon Staley has experience as a defensive coordinator.
I'd be fine with
Maybe
Brandon
he
Staley. I'd
flamed
be
out as a
fine. Just
DC.
give me somebody that's called a defense in 4K.
Jerry wants to turn the defensive coordinator job into the fucking
Rex
presidential
Ryan
race.
Rex Ryan was calling defenses, and we didn't even have 4K yet.
You have to be 60 to even be qualified to interview for the job? That seems like bullshit to me.
It is.
Especially if they're turning down Vrabel to interview Ryan. You don't know what you're doing.
Praying that Vrabel story's not true.
I don't
If Vrabel wants that job and they're not interviewing, that's criminal. Enough for you guys to leave.
Hey, man, why are you going to school so late?
I don't know.
All right, hang on. You got to fight through the live spot. This segment brought to you by Texas Cheer Liquor.
Yeah.
If you're going to watch the Super Bowl somewhere or you're going to stay at home, if you're going to watch with us, great, you got to worry about it. But if you're going to go somewhere else, you're going to host a Super Bowl party, you got to make sure you get liquored up because we don't sell liquor in this state on Sundays. Texas Cheer Liquor is the official liquor store of In the Building, and they got everything you need this week. Go get you a 12-pack of High Noon for just $24.99. Kick off your game day celebrations with refreshing flavors and savings that cannot be beat. It is the official liquor store of In the Building. It is Texas Cheer Liquor. And that game day, that pack there is seriously the cheapest price in town with High Noon right now. All right, that's how Daddy does a live spot, MJ. Are you almost to school?
No.
Why are you late?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You woke up? Yeah.
I took a shower and it was only 5 minutes. And the setting took 20 minutes in the bathroom.
Oh. Blaming the sister. All right. Let me talk to the other one.
Hello.
Hey, what took you so long today getting ready? You got new makeup products you're trying?
My hair was wet and I needed to dry it, and it takes a million years to dry. So
Oh. I thought you took most of y'all need to be taking showers at night.
I didn't take a shower.
Oh, well, why was it? Oh, you just needed to brush it out?
It looks weird because this part is wet, this part is dry.
All right. Long hair problems.
Long
we ain't
hair-
got them
long
problems.
hair don't
All right, well, I
care.
love you. Have a good day. Y'all call me when you get home.
Be safe.
Love you.
All right, love you. Let me tell MJ bye.
Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Well, she's got hair down to her butt crack. She takes her a long time to fix it, so that's why y'all late.
It's normal.
My hair is down to right past her nipples.
All right. Love you, son. Y'all have a great day. Call me when you get out.
Okay, love you.
All right, love you.
That might be your kid.
We need to get my
That
kid
might-
segment sponsored.
That might be your kid. That might be
my
That
kid.
might be your kid. Jeez. Past her nipples. Yeah, that's your kid.
Thank you to Texas Cheer Liquor. Thank you to R&R Auto Glass in the law office of Orlando Kell. In 30 minutes, members only. Show 2 of In the Building coming out 12:30. We ain't got into Spurs or trade deadline. We're going to start with that next. All right, 30 minutes, Spurs trade deadline
Peace,
talk
bitches.
next.
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.